neighbor. Welcome again to this neighborhood. I'd like to show you something. You know what this is? Well, maybe if I press this button. This is a cassette player with a little cassette in here, and there's nothing written on it, so we'll just have to play it to see what it is. Do you ever imagine things? Are they scary things? Are they scary things? Do you ever imagine things? Things you'd like to have? Did you ever see a cat's eyes in the dark and wonder what they were? Did you ever pretend about things like that before? Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think and they'll grow. Imagine every person that you see is somewhat different from every other person in the world. Some can do some things, some can do others. Did you ever think of the many things you've learned to do? Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think and they'll grow. Did you feel like going like that? Let's give the fish some food. Mr. McFeely, I didn't order any whistle. That's what they call a slide whistle. Did you feel like going like that? There are so many things to learn about in this world, and so many people who can help us learn. Did you ever grow anything in the garden of your mind? You can grow ideas in the garden of your mind. It's good to be curious about many things. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think. You can think about things and make believe. All you have to do is think and they'll grow.
Kick off this evening is with a little Mr. Rogers, because we're in Pittsburgh and you can never go wrong with some Mr. Rogers, especially with a remix like that. I thought it was really fun. But also, I think it's a great analogy for this contest and the program that we're here to celebrate tonight when he talks about fertilizing your mind and being curious and being creative. And of course, Mr. Rogers exemplified that. So, especially since many of us tonight, maybe even the first time that you got exposed to manufacturing was as a result of watching a Mr. Rogers. Anybody watch Mr. Rogers and see like the Crayola tour? And that was your first exposure maybe to seeing what industry and manufacturing look like. So a lot of fond memories there for I think of a lot of us. So, and then maybe at the end of the night, I'll show you another Mr. Rogers video as we conclude. But my name is Scott Dietz. I'm the Director of STEM Initiatives at Catalyst Connection. I will be your MC for this evening and walking us through the program this evening. And I just want to welcome everybody to our 7th annual What's So Cool About Manufacturing student video contest. And we are extremely excited to see all your smiling faces back in person again this year versus virtual that we've been the last 2 years. So how about a big round of applause for just being in person and being together tonight. These kids are really excited over here. So I also want to give a shout out to those that are streaming live. We have our streamers tonight, so hopefully it's going well over there, guys. But we have another 200 or so people that are streaming. Either they're too far away or had conflicts in their schedules tonight. So let's give a big round of applause and let them know how much fun we're having here live in person to all the streamers. So whether you're here in person tonight or if you're streaming the event, we encourage you to tag us on Instagram or Facebook, any of the photos you're taking this evening. If you're taking any photos from your couch as you're having a watch party with some popcorn or something like pizza or something, feel free to, again, tag us. So you can see our Instagram and Facebook links there on the screen. Oops, sorry. So we are here tonight to celebrate the amazing work of the students while also sharing some additional insights about manufacturing. The first question that some of you might have is, who exactly is Catalyst Connection? So I figured the best way to answer that question is to show you another quick video.
Catalyst Connection is a private, not-for-profit organization headquartered in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, supported in part by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development and by the National Institute of Standards and Technologies Hollings Manufacturing Extension Partnership.
For over 3 decades, Catalyst Connection has provided consulting and training services to small manufacturers in southwestern Pennsylvania. Whether it's employee, product, process, or financial solutions, Catalyst Connection is the leader in serving our community.
With over 230 clients served in 2021, Catalyst has accelerated revenue growth and improved productivity for their clients.
We've been doing a lot of work with Catalyst Connections over the last 5 years with Lean Manufacturing, Lean 101, Essentials for Leadership, CAUTA program, and we're all benefiting from it.
The founding principle of Catalyst Connection is to actively collaborate with clients to provide solutions that are relevant and unique to the manufacturing industry. That principle is still at the core of what makes Catalyst an essential asset to our region, delivering growth, vibrancy, and ongoing robustness of manufacturing in our region. For additional information, visit catalystconnection.org.
So I'd like to start off this evening by thanking our sponsors that have made our program and this evening possible. The Benedum Foundation and the EQT Foundation supported this entire raise your hand if you're from a school that got new video equipment this year. I know I bought some GoPros and some green screens and some other fun new toys for you guys, so those all were courtesy of those two foundations. We also had 3 manufacturing companies that helped us to support and sponsor this evening, and those included Lockheed Martin, based out of Johnstown, Channel Craft, which makes wooden toys and vintage toys, and Mecco, it's in Cranberry. So thank you for those manufacturers for supporting our evening. I'd also like to give a big shout out to our hosts here at the Energy Innovation Center. What do you guys think of this space? Pretty phenomenal, don't you think? So again, thank you to our hosts for having us here. And I'd like to thank the staff of Catalyst Connection. You met some of them at the front desk, and some of them are seated in here this evening, but especially Cindy Connolly, our events manager, and Hannah Kuzenko, who really does a lot of the behind the scenes of our program and makes the video contest really what it is. So thank you, Hannah. Thank you, Cindy, wherever you are, probably getting the food ready for later. So when we started this program 7 years ago, we did so with the intent to inform and educate regional students, parents, teachers, and the community at large about manufacturing in our region. Instead of us telling what we thought was cool about manufacturing, we thought we'd ask the students to explore that topic and tell us from their perspective what they thought was cool about manufacturing. So we leveraged our 2,600 manufacturing companies that we have across 12 counties of southwestern Pennsylvania. And this program is actually the second region that started this video contest here in the Pittsburgh area. It originally began in the Lehigh Valley, and we brought the program here 7 years ago. And since that time, half of the middle schools in the entire state of Pennsylvania have now participated in this program. So if you want to see all the videos from 10 years of this program across the entire state, including videos of Crayola and Martin Guitar and potato chips and Mack truck and other things made in Pennsylvania, there's a robust library that you can go to at what'ssocool.org. You can watch this year's videos from all across the state of Pennsylvania, but you can also search that database and look at over close to 900 videos now about manufacturing that you can look by careers, you can look by technologies, you can look by materials, you can look at just the winning videos if you want to, so there's a lot of ways you can slice and dice that. So I encourage you to check out what'ssocool.org if you haven't already done so. And speaking about this program going statewide, we also have another guest that was unable to join us in person, but did send a video message that I want to play for you.
Hi, I'm Governor Tom Wolf. Pennsylvania's manufacturing industry is one that is growing, thriving, and most importantly, evolving. It's a sector that's on the cutting edge of tech and innovation and is looking for new talent to help propel it forward even further. And that's why we're so proud each year of the What's So Cool About Manufacturing program and your participation. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to the students who partner with us in our quest to educate the next generation of workers, and to the industry that helped these students learn, experience, and advocate for what is indeed so cool about manufacturing. Your creative videos help deliver that message by giving viewers a glimpse into what a career in manufacturing is like. Your viewers hear directly from employees about a typical workday, and they learn why investing in training is helping manufacturing to grow. Pennsylvania has a world-class workforce, and we are proud of it. So thank you for showing the country and the world what's so cool about manufacturing and what's so cool about manufacturing in Pennsylvania.
I tried to give him applause, but he's not going to hear it anyway, right? So we could stand up here all night long and talk about careers in manufacturing, about the thousands of jobs currently available, about the 2.1 million jobs that are available across the entire United States over the next 5 years. But hopefully you're already getting a sense of the types of jobs that are available in manufacturing by watching the videos the students created. But I'd encourage you to check out these two websites if you want to learn more information about additional careers in manufacturing and see a map of all of the training providers in our region, see a map of other manufacturers. You can go to the explorenewmfg.org website or makingyourfuture.org. The Explorer website is really aimed at students, parents, and teachers, and our Making Your Future website is really aimed at job seekers. So there's a ton of resources and information and videos about careers that you can check out on both of those websites. Or perhaps you're more of a gamer and you'd prefer to play a game and learn about careers instead. So there's information on our table about these two games, but you can download them in any of the app stores. One's called CubeCut and the other is called MechLife. Totally free to download and play, but you can get some additional skills and information about careers in manufacturing, and there's a lot of information embedded within the game. So we encourage you to check that out. And lastly, I wanted to share, especially for the adults in the room, if you yourselves, or maybe a cousin or a neighbor or a friend or a child of yours that is looking for employment, Kristen, wave your hand. There's Kristen Goodell from our team at Catalyst. She'll be around tonight. But Kristen is one of our individuals leading up our efforts around career coaching, job placement assistance, free training for entry-level manufacturing jobs. So again, there's Kristen's email. Feel free to reach out or find her throughout the night. If you know of someone that might be looking to reposition themselves or looking for employment and might want to consider manufacturing as an opportunity. At this time, I'd like to actually introduce our keynote speaker for the evening. If you're Zooming or virtual with us tonight, this is definitely not the time that you want to get up and go get a snack. So Sam is very informative, and I think he's going to share a lot of great information with you this evening. I've had the privilege of getting to know Sam over the last couple of months as the executive director of the Moonshot Museum, and I can't think of a more inspiring message to be shared with all of you tonight about the future of manufacturing than what Sam's going to be sharing. Every time I hear Sam share information, in fact, I get more and more excited about what's happening right over there on the north side here in Pittsburgh. So I'll turn it over to our good friend Sam Moore to inspire you a little bit about the galaxies far, far away and Pittsburgh's role in taking us there. So Sam, it's all you.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Catalyst Connection, for having me out tonight. Exciting to be here. Congratulations to everyone in the room tonight. I'm really excited about the work that you all are doing. I'm here to talk to you tonight about manufacturing, in a way. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about space. And I'm interested, raise your hand if you think Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh specifically, is doing any kind of work in the space industry at all. Couple of hands. Excellent, excellent. So I'm actually, this is my first slide. I'm actually gonna start by throwing some numbers at you. Because I work for a new organization, a new museum called Moonshot Museum. We're opening about a mile that way in the north side of Pittsburgh, just up the street from the Carnegie Science Center this fall, this October. And I get to work with a really exciting company that I'm going to tell you a little bit about tonight called Astrobotic in my day-to-day. But first I want to set the stage. Space today in 2022 is a $450 billion global industry. $450 billion. There are more than 500 people and companies and universities that work in the space industry or alongside the space industry in our region. And there are 16 space-specific startups in our region, one of them being Astrobotic. Raise your hand if you've heard about Astrobotic before. All right, about as many hands that were raised when I asked about the space industry. Usually that's what people know. We're gonna talk about even more today. Billions of dollars are flowing into our region as it relates to space. And one of the most exciting data points for me as I talk about space and all the opportunity it offers young people in our region is the fact that our region is actually the third largest region for the space industry in the country. We're bigger than Florida, we're bigger than Colorado, we're second only to Virginia, because DC is in near Virginia and it's part of that region. And we're we're third behind California as well. There is that much exciting work happening in space here in Western Pennsylvania and in our wider region. What I also want to talk to you about tonight is the fact that Pittsburgh is actually returning America to the surface of the moon this year. A mile that way, they are actually building the spacecraft called Peregrine that's going to land on the moon later this year, return America to its surface for the first time since the end of the Apollo program in 1972. And it'll also be the first commercial spacecraft to ever land on the surface of the moon. It's being built here in Pittsburgh. Mission Control is here in Pittsburgh. It's employing about 200 people here in Pittsburgh, and it's growing like crazy, and it's not alone. Astrobotic is not at all alone when it comes to the space industry in our region. I don't work for Astrobotic, but I get to work really closely with Astrobotic. In fact, the museum that we're working to build, Moonshot Museum, is going to have a wall of windows that actually looks in on Astrobotic's work. When we open in October, you're going to be able to visit us and come in and see spacecraft being built anytime you're with us. Look through the wall of windows and see a rover being built, a lunar lander being built, and know that what you're looking at is going to end up on the surface of the moon in the months that follow your visit. We're going to be pretty unique in a few different ways. There's actually no other space museum in the entire state of Pennsylvania, if you can believe it. We're going to be the first museum in the world as well that's really focused on career readiness for the space industry. We want you as a 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th grader to come in, spend some time with us, get an up-close look at what's happening in space today. Not necessarily space that happened 50 years ago or 30 years ago, but the space industry of today and tomorrow, and then leave knowing exactly how your interests align with the space industry. Because what we have is this very interesting and pretty unique, there's not anything like it anywhere else in the country, connection point with a real space company and real space professionals that are always going to be around, be able to answer questions and plug you into their work. And again, all of this is happening here in Pittsburgh. What's really core to our mission, and something that I hope we can all talk a little bit more about later tonight as you're enjoying what looked to be an enormous table full of pies outside, is that there is a place for you in space. I have a couple of history degrees. What is a guy with a couple of history degrees standing up in front of you talking about space for? It's my job to talk about space for a living. That's what they pay me to do. I'm not an engineer, but space needs a whole lot of engineers. If you're interested in technology and engineering and mathematics, there are a ton of roles to be had for you. If you're interested in the arts and humanities, there's a place in the space industry for you. I work with people whose whole job it is to draw for a living for the space industry, whose whole job it is to work on social media and communication strategy for the space industry, to close big deals and work on policy questions for the space industry. I also work with people who machine and weld and work on HVAC systems for the space industry. Truly, there is a place for everyone across that full science, technology, engineering, arts, and math spectrum. And if you're in this room tonight and you're thinking about manufacturing and you're thinking about kind of what your future holds as it relates to manufacturing, know that space is a big option for you and it's growing really, really quickly. It's particularly growing at private companies. NASA is a big deal, and NASA is always going to be a big deal. But NASA only accounts for about 20% of what the world spends on space every year. The rest is coming from companies like Astrobotic, companies like Advanced Cooling Technologies out in Lancaster, and other companies here, a lot of them are here in our region. When you visit Moonshot Museum, you'll have that front row seat. We'll have that wall of windows for you to look through into the work of the space industry. And then we're actually going to send you on a simulated lunar mission. You as a classroom of students or a group of visitors on the weekend are actually going to go on a mission that is inspired by real challenges that space industry professionals face every day. And along the way, you're going to encounter real career opportunities that exist in the space industry. You'll go into a lunar lab space where we'll task you with building a lunar rover that searches the surface of the moon for water ice, bringing in those engineering concepts, bringing in those manufacturing and design concepts. We'll send you to the lunar surface where you're actually going to choose the site for a futuristic human settlement, bringing in those conversations around astrophysics and around geology. We'll have you design the mission patch and an advertising campaign for a futuristic lunar settlement and for a futuristic space company. So if you're interested in the arts and designs, you're going to be able to plug in there. And then we're going to ask you some tough questions. We're going to ask you some questions about what's important to you as a futuristic resident of a lunar space habitat. Should one person be in charge, or should you vote on everything? Should you be able to take things up to the surface of the moon and then bring them back to Earth and sell them for a lot of money? Or should you not be allowed to do that? Because the fact is we're going to have to build a lot of new rules and systems of governance as we expand into other planetary bodies into space. That's just a taste of what we're going to explore at Moonshot Museum. Manufacturing, again, plays a central role in all of this. The spacecraft that Astrobotic is building is sourced in large part from right here in Western Pennsylvania. The high space-grade aluminum and pieces that they're using to build the spacecraft were machined here in Pittsburgh. The boards, the electronics boards that they're using to guide the spacecraft and navigate it, manufactured here in Pittsburgh. In their day jobs, they're building parts of spacecraft. They're also building things for a lot of other industries, and there's a role for you to have there. Over the course of the next 6 months, we won't be open yet, but we're going to be out and about a whole lot with groups like Catalyst Connection, with some other friends in the room, Bots IQ, STEM Coding Lab, working with them out in the community this summer to connect you to our work at Moonshot Museum and to connect you to the space industry. You can visit us online at moonshotmuseum.org. You can learn more about our programming there. We're really happy to plug in with you, particularly if you're working with the summer camp program. We'd love to plug in with you this year. And I'll close with some words from a person who, you know, we should all trust to know a thing or two about space. Dr. Thomas Zurbuchen is the Associate Administrator of NASA. He's the #2. He oversees a $12 billion budget, and he's going to join us later this month to talk more about the space industry in Pittsburgh for a conference we have coming up. NASA is excited about the industry here in Pittsburgh. It's excited about how fertile and exciting this region is for manufacturing here in Pittsburgh, and it's excited about the space industry here in Pittsburgh. So again, connect with us online. Know that there is a place in space for you, every single person. I'm going to make eye contact with everyone right now. There is a place in space for you. It's all a matter of identifying how you connect, identifying your interests, and we're really excited to kind of help make the next connections for you throughout the rest of this summer and when we open this fall. So Scott, thanks again for having me today. My friend Mike and I will be out adjacent to the pies out in the hallway after we get done tonight. And thank you again for having us, and we'll see you in the fall.
Pretty cool stuff, huh? How many hands of people knew about that before Sam talked? How many of you are going to go home and like tell at least 5 friends that you won't believe all the cool stuff happening in Pittsburgh, especially around space? Yeah, so word of mouth advertising there for you, right? So again, we thank you, Sam, for joining us and for sharing that information. And indeed, that is what is cool about manufacturing. So the students participating in this year's program also got to see firsthand, yes, back in person for most of you. There's a few schools that did virtual this year. But for most cases, we were able to get the students back out in person to our manufacturing companies for them to see themselves exactly what is happening in those supply chains and with those exciting things that Sam just talked about. Listed on the screen right now are all of our companies and schools that participated in the program. Again, some of you are here live and some of you are streaming, but you can see that we have schools from over 8 counties represented in the program this year. And each one of our schools, of course, was paired up with a manufacturing company. in order for them to create their video content this year. So again, you can see on the screen all of the schools and the companies participating. Let's give a huge round of applause for all the students, all the schools, and all the companies that are involved. Let's also give a huge round of applause specifically to all the teachers involved in this year's program who have, yep, that's right. So these teachers have led the student teams, many outside of their standard class responsibilities, kept the teams on tasks and on time, reminded the students about the wealth of knowledge they were gaining through this experience, and really did a yeoman's work in order to get this program accomplished and getting the videos completed. So thank you again to all the teachers that are with us or with us virtually. Now, on to the portion of the evening where we present this year's awards. Some of you are like, oh, wait, I'm so nervous. I can hear, I can feel the nervousness from some of you. So this is a contest, and we will be announcing some winners tonight. But I did want to mention that despite this being a contest, obviously not everyone can win tonight. So, but I just want to say that all you students, hopefully again, you got a lot out of this experience, and to us, you're all winners this evening. You've all had a chance to express yourselves through the creative medium of videography. You've been exposed to companies and careers that you probably had no idea even existed prior to doing this project. Maybe some of you even made some new friends as you were working on this project. So again, look at the big picture, and hopefully you enjoyed this experience. We'd ask, just for logistics, we'd like to ask that if you're a second or a third place team, winning team tonight, that you just stand up for sake of time and get recognized. The first place teams will come down front and get one of our lovely plaques that we have developed and made by the Intermediate Unit 1's Colonial Schools Fab Lab, made the award-winning plaques tonight. And Hannah will also probably snap a quick picture of the first place teams. We'll get the rest of the photos afterwards. So, and if you're joining us virtually, of course, we'll make sure to get those awards mailed out to all the schools that are winners tonight. And parents, by the way, there'll be plenty of time for photos afterwards. We also have set up a photo backdrop in the hallway, so with the What's So Cool logo on it that you can utilize as well for team photos and photos with your students that won this evening. So I think that's it from the logistics. So are we ready? I think you guys are ready. Let's watch another. No. So our first award for this evening is for exceptional use of technology. This award took into consideration the use of creative technical elements, green screens, etc., to create interest in the stories that the students were trying to tell. And the winner of the exceptional use of technology award goes to South Fayette with Alma Actuators. South Fayette, if you're here, come on up, get your award, and we're going to watch your video while you're coming forward.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, what is that?
I think we're in the past. I think that cavewoman was trying to build a dam. Manufacturing has evolved so much. Let's go back to the present and see how cool it is now. That's how to control water now.
Hello, my name is Jim Manny. I think manufacturing is cool because I get to work with my hands. I get to do stuff I love, like work with electronics. It helps me in my everyday life.
My name is David Antonelli, and currently my position is building three-phase motors for all my actuators. What made me get involved in manufacturing was because I like working with my hands. I grew up, my father was a heavy equipment mechanic. Well, why should you consider a career in manufacturing? Manufacturing is fun, it is cool. You get to move around the shop, you get to do different things, you get to interact with different materials and components.
My name is Jim Haley, and I'm a machinist. I got into manufacturing because I like building things and working with my hands.
My name is Mark Cole, and I'm one of the draftsmen here at Alma Actuators. I think manufacturing is pretty cool because it allows you to see a product from going from the early stages all the way to completion and to see a final project be made.
Whoa, manufacturing school A, escalators are 2A. We like working, heck yeah, we like building for sure G. Think it is your cool job, whoa, base money in job A. Should consider it's a career, it's clearly really good, eh?
Our next award is for most creative. Schools were encouraged to think out of the box, to be innovative and creative in the way in which they told their story about what was so cool about manufacturing, while making it entertaining for the primary audience of their videos, which is other young people. Our panel of judges also looked at how that creative story was executed throughout the course of the entire video, maybe not just in small segments. So for this category, we had a tough time choosing, so we actually have 3 winners in this category. The third place winner for most creative goes to Somerset with 4 Guys Fire Trucks. I don't think they're with us this evening, but let's still give them a round of applause. Our second place winner for most creative goes to Rochester with Mecco. And our first place winner, which by the way will also be our first team that will be going on to the statewide competition in Harrisburg on May the 18th, goes to South Fayette with Alma Actuators. They made a manufacturing rap song at the end. Did you guys catch that? I thought that was pretty creative. So obviously the team already watched their videos, so we'll continue to move on. And of course you guys can get your award at the conclusion. So our next award category is for Viewer's Choice Award. Over the course of the last week, people from all over southwestern Pennsylvania and beyond went online to view the work of the students and also to vote for their favorites. Raise your hand if you voted for your student videos. Keep your hand raised if you voted more than once, more than 20 times, more than 100 times. Some of you voted a lot, I know. Hopefully you weren't late to submitting stuff you were supposed to do for school or anything like that, right? But we had actually nearly 30,000 votes that were cast for the videos this year over the course of just 5 days with our 20 participating schools. So fantastic job. Give yourselves a round of applause just for that. So our second place winner for most votes cast this year, and the winner of the second place Viewer's Choice Award goes to Laurel Highlands with TSI Touch. I think they're streaming, so just pointing them out. Good job, guys, way to go. And our first place winner, and also our second team that will be going on to the statewide competition, goes to Butler with JSP. Let's watch Butler's video.
Some may ask, what is manufacturing? Others may have a vision of it that is far from reality. It creates everything around us and plants the seeds for the future while creating a wide and diverse field that employs a variety of people. JSP Manufacturing is a company that is a great example of this wide diversity in products and illustrates why manufacturing is so important. JSP makes products for various industries such as automotive, shipping, and recreation. The production of these products starts with a spark of an idea. Inspiration can come from anywhere, and anyone in the company can present an idea to be tested starting on a small scale.
We're in automotive and we're in safety and things like that, but well, it floats. We could be in pools.
Some of the products that JSP manufactures include backseat padding for cars, shipping equipment, and underlayment for turf, sports field, and playgrounds. JSP is currently working on NASCAR stop blocks which help make NASCAR races safer. This wide product diversity is what makes manufacturing so cool. To develop and produce these products, JSP uses the same manufacturing process. First, the material used to make the products is shipped and stored in large containers. Second, the material is mixed, melted, and transported to the next step. Then, additives are mixed in to enhance different properties of their products such as color and strength. The following step has the material turned into JSP's signature multi-purpose beads. Finally, the beads are molded into numerous objects which serve various purposes. If these products pass certain tests, then JSP can start to produce them on a larger scale. In addition to product diversity, manufacturing offers a huge variety of careers. The JSP staff is made up of people of all ages and cultures. At JSP Manufacturing, there is something for everyone given the diversity in employee positions. This is another reason why it is so cool.
The development team is always a diverse group of folks. It includes folks that are in sales because they need to be able to provide direction on customer needs. It includes advanced engineering groups because those folks have expertise on designing products.
Without manufacturing, people would not have the diversity of products available today. And just like the products they imagine, the diverse manufacturing workforce helps to create products that run the world.
Our next award category is for Best Promotion. For this award, we asked the schools to report out what they did to promote their videos throughout their community, whether that's their school or their community at large. There was a heavy emphasis placed on thinking outside of the box in the way that they were going to promote their videos to their community. It's not surprising that many times those that win the promotion award also tend to do pretty well in the voting, so especially if they execute on the plan that they had put into place, which is the case for this year as well. So our winner for Best Promotion Award goes to Butler, the EPD Electronics team. Let's watch the EPD Electronics video made by the Butler students.
What makes a great manufacturing company? Through EPD Electronics' quality and persistence, they produce a variety of jobs and create a positive and hard-working environment. EPD understands the importance of manufacturing in our everyday lives. Because of their perseverance and constant attention to detail, this is just one way they make manufacturing so cool. Our local manufacturers like EPD are making an immense impact on the industry.
Cool is actually not a strong enough word. Manufacturing is amazing. It's awesome.
These accomplishments are part of everyday life working at EPD. Whether or not they are a small company does not take away from their hard work and the positive effects they make.
It has a lot with how things get created from scratch to a finished product, being in cases and then shipped out to a customer. And it's really cool to see how things are done here.
How much does manufacturing mean to you? To the workers at EPD Electronics, manufacturing is everything, not just their job. Without manufacturing, we have nothing.
Manufacturing is the lifeblood of our economy. If you don't manufacture a product, you don't have any products to sell.
It is everything and anything we will ever use. EPD is different from other companies because they are able to customize products to accommodate individual customers' needs. One of their main focuses is their commitment to their quality control system. Having a manufacturing company who creates similar products on a daily basis, such as the circuit boards manufactured at EPD, attentiveness and accuracy are imperative to production. Their commitment matches, if not exceeds, that of other, bigger companies, proving the point that small companies make the largest impact. Founded in 1986, EPD has been a flexible and industrious company committed to bringing customers' ideas to life for over 30 years. Whether online, in your head, or on a note card, EPD can create your wants and needs within the cost range and time their customers require. This has always been their priority and will continue to be a part of their promise to their customers.
We are down to our last two award categories for this evening. The winners of the Best Manufacturing Message showcase what modern manufacturing looks like, the highly technical skills required for careers in manufacturing, and a great use of interviews with the partnering companies that they were paired with. This category was incredibly hard for us to judge this year, I just want you to know. So our panel went around at least 3 or 4 different times arguing about which of these videos should take which place and who should be our winners this year. So great job to all the students, especially in this category. It was so hard, in fact, that not only do we have 3 winners, we added a 4th winner in this category, because again, it was so hard to judge. So our 4th place winner is Butler with EPD Electronics, is our 4th place winner this year. Our 3rd place winner for Best Manufacturing Message goes to Moon with Seagrid. Our 2nd place winner goes to Greater Johnstown with Guy Chemical. And our 1st place winner, who is also moving on to the statewide contest, is Rockwood with Global SFC. I believe Rockwood's streaming with us tonight. Let's watch the Rockwood video.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. America!
Global SFC Valve is located about 10 minutes away from our school in Somerset County, Pennsylvania. They are the industry leader in the manufacturing, assembly, testing, and inventory of U.S. Navy standard valves and components. One of their services is to manufacture the underway replenishment systems. This is very cool because these components are used to refuel U.S. Navy ships while they are at sea. With over 50 years of unmatched experience, Global SFC Valve has earned its reputation as the industry leader in the manufacture, assembly, testing of this equipment to help their customers in the U.S. Navy and NATO complete their increasingly demanding missions of the 21st century.
We have to manufacture valves for the submarines and aircraft carriers, and they have to be perfect. They have to be 110%.
We're a small business and supply valves and other equipment to the Navy and the Navy shipbuilding program.
Manufacturing freedom, what we do is we're supplying materials to our Navy, which is a big definition of them protecting our United States.
We're valve special because we're the only people that make the parts that we make in the world. I got to work here by going to Somerset Career and Technology Center and getting a 3-year education in machining. My job is important because without my job and the other people here, the Navy wouldn't be able to have the fleet of ships they have to protect the country that we love.
The employees of Global Valve have a unique connection and extra pride in the USS Somerset. This amphibious transport ship was commissioned in 2014. This ship was named specifically for Somerset County, Pennsylvania, in honor of the passengers who died on United Airlines Flight 93 hijacked during the terror attacks of September 11, 2001. 22 tons of the steel from the dragline that stood near the crash site was used in the construction of the keel of this ship. The proud employees of Global SFC manufactured many of the high-quality valves and also the refueling at-sea equipment on the ship that is an integral part of the USS Somerset's ability to bravely conduct their missions.
And our last award for the evening, it goes for the best overall video. This winning school is chosen from among all of the participants as the best all-around video. The winning video has quality video production, a clear manufacturing message, student voice, creativity, energy, and is aimed at their primary audience. This will also be our last school that is representing us in the statewide competition in Harrisburg as well. So the winner for our best overall video this year goes to Greater Johnstown with Guy Chemical. Congratulations, Greater Johnstown. I know you're streaming with us tonight, so let's watch their video.
Our mission at Guy Chemical is to produce quality products and to have happy customers.
everything in this room went through a manufacturing process.
So we're pretty much at the beginning of everything that you use consumer-wise. So your makeups, your caulkings, your sealants, your pharmaceuticals, your rocket fuel, your gas, all those things were designed by chemists.
Chemical is a manufacturing facility that creates sealants, epoxies, caulk, and much more for household projects to construction zones.
I would say is it's not a bunch of robots, it's not a bunch of people lifting a bunch of things, doing a lot of hard labor. It's a lot of working in conjunction with machines. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of problem solving.
When we're done with production and manufacturing here, we could go back and we could look at what we built, what we're going to send our customer, what they're going to send to their customer, the final consumer. You have something in your hand to look at and to be proud of.
So manufacturing really does run the world.
So thank you again, and congratulations to all of our winners, but congratulations again to all of our participating schools for this year's videos. They were absolutely phenomenal. As we conclude this evening, we'd like to ask that you would just take a couple of minutes of your time, if you're a student or a parent that's joining us this evening, and virtually take it, or if you're with us virtually, and take a quick survey for us. You can either zap the screen here, or we have it out on a poster in the hallway. If you're, we'll leave this up on the screen if you're virtual with us this evening. But if you can complete this quick survey for us, it really does help us in being able to continue to provide this program to schools and to continue to provide information to our funders who are seeking your feedback and wanting to know what you felt about this experience. So thank you for taking a moment to do that. At this time, we are going to break for some desserts that are out in the hallway. Some of you, I saw you already kind of gazing at them and checking out what you were going to be grabbing afterwards. So we encourage you to not only grab some cookies and some pie and some cake, but also if you haven't had a chance to visit our friends that are here in the hallway as well. Those friends include Bots IQ, New Century Careers, STEM Coding Lab, the Moonshot Museum, and WQED. They have a lot of great programs to offer for your students to engage and learn about careers, but also some summer camps and other experiences that might interest you as students or parents. So if you haven't had a chance to interact with our friends out there, please feel free to do so while you're grabbing something to eat. Thank you again to all of our sponsors and all of our partners. And if you haven't got your awards, just as a reminder to come up and see Hannah, and she'll make sure that you get your second, third, and fourth place awards, as well as if you didn't get your first place award. So thank you again for joining us this evening in person. Thank you for joining us virtually. We thank you for your participation. Drive safely and enjoy the wonderful desserts. Have a great evening.
Neighbor, I'm glad we're together again today. I've been thinking about music. I guess you know that I really love music. It's been very, very important to me since I was very little. We can sing together. We can sing together. We can sing together. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, We can sing together. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, We can sing together. Did you talk with the people you loved last night? About things that you wonder about. It's so important to find out what we feel good about doing. It's so important to feel good. There's There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are. I just felt like dancing as I was sitting in my seat there. I just felt like dancing, dancing. The truth is inside of us. The truth is inside of us. And it's wonderful when we have the courage to tell it. Are you discovering the truth about you? That's what we do as we keep on growing in life. That's what we do. Are you discovering the truth about you? That's what we do. I'm still discovering the truth about me. When people are honest with each other, they're able to do all kinds of fine things. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. It's so important to find out what we feel good about doing. It's so important to feel good, to feel good. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, we can sing together. There's so much in this world we can learn. No matter how young or how old we are, After you've heard someone play beautiful music, sometimes you'd just like to have a quiet time to remember it. Let's just sit and think about what we've heard.